My name is Donagh Shaughnessy. I'm a mortgage advisor with SYS Mortgages. Mortgage advisor brings people on their journey throughout the mortgage, from the initial inquiry to the drawdown of the mortgage. At the start, we look for an inquiry form to be completed, and that gives us the opportunity to do a bit of homework for the client and to come back to them with the proper recommendation. We ask them then to gather the documentation that's necessary to apply for the mortgage, and we submit their application. We get the approval, and then we go through the final stages of letter of offer and valuation to the stage of where they draw down their mortgage. And we keep in touch with them along that journey and during the process. The beauty of a broker is that we have access to many providers: KBC, Ulster Bank, PTSB, AIB Haven, Finance Ireland and SYS. And we have the best rates on offer for different proposals. We have the incentives that are on offer from each provider, whether it's a new mortgage or a switcher. Going through a broker means that you get the best in the market. The first-time buyer market is a very buoyant market at the moment. I love dealing myself with first-time buyers because it's a very exciting time for them. It can be daunting, the whole process of applying for a mortgage first time. When you haven't done it before, it can be very daunting, but our job is to provide the best advice to the client and to bring them through the journey to the drawdown of their mortgage in the most simple way. It's a very exciting time for people who are purchasing their first home. There are three criteria that first-time buyers need to be aware of. The first one is that they can borrow up to 90% of the value of the property they're looking at. So if, for example, a purchase price of a property was 300,000, they can borrow up to a maximum of 270,000. And the remaining 10% they will have to provide themselves from savings or from a gift, or if it's self-billed from the value of the site. The second thing you need to be aware of is that the maximum you can borrow is 3.5 times your gross income. So an example of that would be if you were on a gross income of 60,000, the maximum you could borrow, you're governed by, is 210,000. And the third thing when you're applying, and this is really important, is that you have to show evidence that you have an ability to repay the proposed mortgage repayment. So let's say that mortgage repayment was €1,000 a month. You have to show the previous 6 months that you have a proven record of being able to pay €1,000 a month. So how we show that is in a few ways. Firstly, by way of rent. You might have been paying rent for the past 6 months. If it was €1,000 a month or more, great, you've already shown the repayment capacity, as it's known as. Another way would be if you're doing regular savings from your current account to your regular savings account. So that's showing that you have ability to repay. And the third factor sometimes might be if you're clearing a loan that you had, a short-term loan or a car loan, and you're paying so much a month, you were just about to clear it, but you've shown ability that you were paying that for the previous 6 months as well. So that is absolutely vital. We cannot send off an application unless we show that you have the ability to repay that. And sometimes people don't, and that's absolutely fine because they weren't aware they had to. But what we do is we give them a 6-month plan. So for the next 6 months, you have to save this amount. If you want to borrow this amount, you need to save this amount every month. You have the rent there as well, and you will be in a good position to apply then in 6 months, and we look forward to meeting you then. So the three criteria you need to be covered on for first-time buyers are: firstly, 90% of the purchase price is the maximum you can borrow. 3.5 times the total gross income is also the most you can borrow, and that income can be single or joint. And thirdly, you have to show evidence of proven repayment capacity. I have over 30 years of experience in the financial services industry, many of those as a financial advisor and as a mortgage advisor. When you come to me, you will be able to get the best rates in the market, the best cash offerings from the different providers, and you will get the best advice, and I will ensure that the journey is less daunting than you thought it was. I've always been passionate about mortgages. In my time in AIB Bank, I enjoyed mortgages, building relationships, and seeing especially first-time buyers become homeowners. It's a huge thing. I'm delighted to be able to bring my passion and my love for that to a new venture that I've helped get off the ground, and now we are SYS Mortgages, and it's a fantastic feeling, and I'm really excited about the journey we are going to be going on with our clients.